Okay.
But I wanted to find these minutes, and I can't find them.
We're rolling now.
Great.
Should we do this?
Yeah, I'll find the minutes while we're rolling.
While we're doing
fine.
it?
Yeah, why not? Who
I'll
cares?
stall.
Yeah, perfect.
you want me
You
to-
do the stalling,
you want me
and
to
I'll do the
introduce?
Googling or whatever. Yeah, please.
Okay.
It's time for a scene change.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. This is the recap episode for episodes 4, 5, and 6.
It's time for a recap.
Nice. We don't edit this. This is just off the cuff. We're going to talk to you for an hour and then recap the episodes 4, 5, and 6, which is Stephen Taylor Weir. 5 would be Jason Knoll, and 6 is, I don't want to pick favorites, but it's high on my list. Directing Hope for the Hungry, Sam Liu and Hilary Cohen.
All those titles are Handcrafted Lindsay and Leather with Steven, Reinventing the Cartwheel with Jason, and then Directing Hope for the Hungry with Sam Liu and Hilary.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
This is a semi-live episode, and we're also on YouTube. So check out our YouTube channel. We do a fun thing with 360 video. You get to choose who you want to look at, Aaron or myself. You also can look around the Dirty Garage.
Yeah, Dirty Garage. Don't look at the dirty parts, please. Don't look at the dirty parts.
There's a lot of stuff all over the place.
I'm Aaron Smith, by the way, and this is Danny Brown.
And I'm Danny Brown. And we have stickers.
We got
came in
stickers.
today. We're very excited.
They're all over everything now already. So yeah,
We're not-
I've used them up. They're all gone.
Yeah, we can't hand them out anymore. How are you, Aaron?
I'm good.
Good?
I'm just off of a job and newly unemployed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited to do this with you because it's I'm available. I'm actually really excited to recap Handcrafted Lindsay and Leather because I feel like we joked through it a little bit more than other episodes, and it was a lot of fun for us. But it was also pretty interesting because I feel like STW has been doing leather for a long time, about as long as I've known him. Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, he got into it pretty early when I met him, but
Yeah, it's I like a lot of hobbies, but I don't stick around with them for too long. But Steven has done it for quite a long time, and he's very good at it.
Yeah.
He does have a couple of products that he makes, and they're all really top notch, and he takes his time. He should be charging more for what he's charging, honestly, but
yeah.
I don't know if you've purchased anything from him. But.
I mean, I've appreciated the pricing that he's offered me. So, yeah. But yeah, he's really good, and it's like it's such a hard thing to pick up. I feel like because you're not, you're not going to go to leather school, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems a little bit more abstract trying to get into that, and how you would. I mean, he talks about like sewing, like so there's some kind of machine that can do that, which is news to me.
I think he does it by hand, though.
He does it by hand,
Yeah.
right? But
Yes.
even the fact that you can, like, there's so many things, it seems like the barrier to entry for working with leather would be really hard.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, buying leather is not cheap, and just to jump into a hobby like that is kind of a commitment.
Yeah.
But no, he does good stuff, and he is a good friend. And I feel like, he was one of our earlier episodes.
Yep.
And with this podcast, we were trying to figure some things out. And I think we went a little too buddy on that episode.
There's a lot of laughing.
There's a lot of laughing.
A lot of laughing and joking and confusion and second guessing.
Yeah, that's okay. It was a learning process for us. It was a good guest to try that out with. But we tested it out with some people, and they're like, you kind of went off the rails a little bit.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why we have so many camera people in these first episodes, it's because we are camera people.
That's true.
So we happen to know quite a few camera people, which is part of it. But we are trying to branch out and get as many different, unique types of crew people who are working in different capacities, and try to appreciate their skills, their additional skills, and their stories.
Yeah.
Their unique story.
I had a fun, exciting. Was it an email?
Ooh,
No,
emails are always fun.
I think it was maybe it was just through Instagram or something. But I'm gonna mess up her name. Her name is Alexis, and she has a podcast.
Awesome.
Called
What's it called?
Second Chance Hollywood. Oh man, second act.
Yes, I saw that. It looks awesome. It looks great.
And she's interviewing people in the industry as well and
Good.
getting their story. And so she reached out to us and asked if we would want to do an episode together.
Yeah.
Which we would totally be down. So it's exciting to see the progress of this podcast, reaching out to people we didn't know.
Right.
You know, starting with, you're right. We have a lot of guests who are camera people, and we want to branch out. But we've already started to.
Yeah,
that's
joking
already
through
started.
a podcast with our friend Steven.
Yeah.
So graciously gave us an interview, and we're finding that we're connecting with people who have something going on that's like, oh wow, can we join that? You know, there's so much going on. I feel like it's really exciting to just start to meet more and more people.
Yeah. How do you know Steven?
Wow. I feel like I met Steven probably on something small, and I can't even remember what it was now. But then I don't remember if he called me next or if I called him next, but we just connected really well. I mean, so much of this industry is personalities, right? And like how well you kind of connect with each other. And so sometimes you don't make the right first impression, and it's actually a really big deal.
Yeah.
And you know how you can kind of bond with people is a big part of it. So I feel like I bonded with Steven early, and I don't know.
Yeah,
just every time I see him, it's like there's no time lost. So.
He is an easy person to bond with, and very, very inviting.
Yeah.
We have a connection.
You do?
Hockey.
Because
he's a big Detroit guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, you know.
You guys talk about hockey a little bit.
All the time.
I felt a little left out. I mean, I love hockey. I'm just not as ingrained in it like you are.
Well,
like you're on the ice at like every other week, right? Or more.
Not recently, but it's like $25 to go. Oh. So.
Well, and all the gear and everything, you already have it.
It's already there.
Yeah, you're already invested though, man. No, like $25, come on.
But you know, backstory, Steven from Detroit. We mentioned this in the podcast. You know, the 96, 97 Detroit Red Wings were a big staple in that city.
Yeah.
Around that time.
Yeah.
And the story of that team is really inspiring and interesting.
Yeah.
So we always bond about that. And he's, you know, if you're from Detroit and you lived in that era in the late 90s, you're going to be a Detroit Red Wings fan.
That's true. We talk about Detroit a little bit because Steven's from there.
Yeah.
And production in Detroit, what it's like, the weather, it's brutal. I mean, from what he was talking about.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I don't know a whole lot about Detroit as far as production goes, but I would love to see more productions go through Detroit. I think that's a really interesting city. It's got some sad corners of it, of course, but I don't know. It's a cool. Have you been to Detroit?
No, I haven't. I want to. I've seen enough to pique my interest, so definitely need to get there.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I've been to Michigan. Can't remember.
Really?
Yeah. I know.
I mean, what else?
Michigan's a great state. It's split in two.
It's got a lake.
It's got a big lake. Yeah.
It's giant.
Yeah.
Have you seen that lake? Have you been to the Lake Michigan?
I think so, yeah, because I've been to Chicago, isn't it?
I don't know.
Is it on that lake? Chicago's on one of the lakes.
Let's get on to another
topic. Oh my gosh, we're really bad with geography.
No, but that's a big lake.
Yeah.
It's like an ocean.
Yeah,
if you're flying over it, there's no land.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be called a lake, honestly.
Yeah, they should just, merge all, what is it, 5 of them?
7.
That Superior one's going to take over at some point.
Oh, merge the lakes.
Yeah. Nobody will have a problem with that.
If you break up an ocean into multiple pieces, they become lakes.
Of course.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with salinity at all. Anyway, we didn't spend this much time talking about lakes or Detroit, but it is interesting hearing from somebody who started their career there and kind of what it's like in a different market, smaller market that might be growing too. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully. Did you ever? We talked about the red one. Did
we talk about the peas that it needed to stay?
Oh, I don't know what the peas are.
You know the frozen peas?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You just have to put a bag of frozen peas on
Right,
it to make sure
right.
it didn't overheat.
Right. I mean, that's also a fun era to live through.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what would be great with this hard, like really strong camera that we've got? Let's put a computer in it. Yeah, it was tough. I mean, computers were not ready for the desert and...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the moisture in the air. I just saw one of these newer lights, and they're awesome. I mean, you can put them everywhere, right? But I just saw one of them having some kind of issue in a sauna or whatever. And I'm like, that's probably the moisture in the air.
Right.
Like they're not sealing all of these components the way they used to for like a really, really specific, it's got to be perfect. It's going to outer space or whatever.
Right.
Like now everything's made so quickly. The turnaround isn't quite there and the builds aren't quite there. So the technology might be exciting and interesting, but it's also not as secure.
Right.
And you're not going to secure the components from moisture.
Right.
Unless
Yeah.
you're using a MyGo gear bag.
Well, you're jumping
I'm
ahead.
jumping to another
jumping
recap.
way
Yeah,
ahead.
wow. We haven't even aired that episode. Oh my gosh. I'm really bad at this. Anyway.
There is some exciting news. We didn't do an ad for it, and we should have. So our mistake. Sorry, LA Young Workers.
Oh, yeah.
But we will be at the local 600 yard sale.
Yes.
Happening on April 28th. That's a Sunday.
It's actually really, really fun event. And
Yeah.
I think I have been to it before, and then I went to it again to help you with your pucks.
Yeah.
But the event is it's kind of like a word of mouth a little bit, right? Like hopefully we can get the word out because it's actually a really great
Yeah.
great place to connect and meet new people and see new tools and new products and all
Yeah,
that.
and you can buy there's new products there. There's camera assistants and operators selling their used gear too. So
Oh, right. Yeah. Actually,
So,
it's probably
I mean,
a great
it's a-
place to
it's
get
a-
used deals, like really good deals.
it's a legit yard sale.
Yeah.
And they've been doing it for a couple of years. I'm not sure how long, but it's been going on for a while. So
Yeah.
I think and it's a popular event. I mean, you're right. It's a little more word of mouth than it is advertised, but it's always a big turnout every year. And I think it's only from like 11 to 4.
Yeah. I always see people that I haven't seen in a while too.
Yeah.
Like it's a great place to kind of reconnect with people that you might not have been able to work with in a while.
Yeah.
Because, everybody's got something going on. So
Yeah. And so, it's open to the public. If you want to sell, they probably already all booked up on tents,
Right,
to be
right.
honest. But you have to be a local 600 member to sell and participate in that way. But it's open to the public.
That's
to
the
come
camera
and join.
camera union.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, come on down. If you're new to the business or you just want to check it out, it's totally
Yeah.
open to the public. So
And there's a food truck and drinks, and
yeah,
it's a good time. We're gonna be there.
we're going to be doing trying to do a live episode.
We're gonna try, and
so it's going to be awkward.
We're gonna put up a little microphone stand
Yep.
somewhere and take questions from the audience. I'm not sure. We're gonna figure exactly what we're doing, but
Are we going to have like an awooga button? Ooh,
We can have-
some kind of a bleep.
We have-
You've got a button on that thing, right?
we have buttons.
Maybe not that one.
Not that one.
But that was you just playing the piano there.
Okay, we're not gonna do that again.
Yeah. Two unlucky buttons there. I feel
They're not- none of
Jax
it-
did a better job.
Well,
I found it right away.
These are they're all defaulted to the factory. Let's try I.
There you
we
go.
go.
Okay, finally. Now we finally found something that applies.
I'm so embarrassed. I shouldn't have done that.
Well,
This
it's
is so dumb.
Yeah, but
But no, we're gonna do it. We'll do a live episode.
I'll
there.
love it when I hear it.
And it's actually a good. You can not to get off. Are we on topic of anything right now? I feel like
we're talking about leather.
this pad thing is actually kind of cool.
Focus bowling.
You can put whatever sound bites on it you want.
I know. We should put the time for a scene change song on there or whatever.
Yeah,
good.
for the live episode.
Oh, yeah, we have to.
We're really going to test our abilities at doing it live for real.
Absolutely. Speaking of doing it live, is there anything else that we should talk about, plug in that episode that made it really interesting, and if people want to go back and check it out? I feel like we didn't talk too much about or about focus pulling or STW's camera assistant work, but we did talk about some of the things we've done together and resume wise. But it's mostly more about leather. I think, right? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know. There wasn't much to that episode. I don't mean to say that in a negative way. No, I mean, like,
it's simple and fun. It's kind of just us talking.
Again, it was a learning experience, and I feel like we learned a lot from that episode, and I do enjoy it.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to diss it in any way. I'm just saying,
good.
like, there were things that we learned, and we were organizing our podcast show format.
Yeah.
After that,
absolutely.
We should have Steven back.
We should have Steven back. Yeah, to talk more about camera assisting.
Yeah,
totally. But episode 5 was reinventing the cartwheel.
Yep.
And that one was really interesting with Jason Knoll because it's a product that I was really passionate about. I'm really excited about it. I feel like it's it's really changing the way that we can move equipment around on set and how quickly we can adapt as a full team. It's not just about like, oh, we need some muscles over here to move this stuff. It's like, no, it's about being flexible, actually.
And have you pushed it around before?
I'm watching people effortlessly move their carts around, and I've never seen so much. You know how, okay, like this is a little bit inside baseball when it comes to working on set, but we go to a space, let's say we're shooting on location, you go to a space and you immediately contaminate it because you have all this gear.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
right.
You're like, wow, this set looks amazing. And then, all right, where are we going to put that giant cart? Where are we going to put the monitors? Where are we going to put all this stuff? So you kind of start to take away the set when you get into it. But that means you have to move all that. If you want to turn around and shoot something else that you're putting a cart in front of right now, you have to move the cart. Every time we have to move all that stuff, sometimes people get a little bit irritated. Well, I just moved it 7 times. I got to move it again.
Right.
I was told I could put it here. Now you're telling me I can't. All this stuff, like we have to negotiate it all.
Yeah.
It becomes a whole thing. But if it's effortless, it becomes a little bit more casual. Okay, yeah, no problem. I'll just keep it flowing until we all find our until the battery dies or we all find our spots. But it is I think it's a big attitude improver, because when you are asked to move a heavy cart over and over and over again, you're straining yourself just to get the inertia or lack of inertia, whatever. You're trying to push through that, heavy move over and over to do like precise placements of things. So this device was really kind of
it's fun to drive too.
It's fun.
It's cool. It really is.
Well, it makes sense that it came from his idea, or it came from riding a bike. It's like he was riding an electric bike, and I love that. Well, we're just totally, spoiling the episode, but I guess that's part of the point of a recap.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about it so people go listen to it.
Well, he can explain it better than we can.
Exactly.
So go listen to it. But no, the electric vehicle technology is so crazy. I have an electric car, and I don't know if you know this, but there's no transmission in electric vehicles. Same with a bike, right? So you just hit the accelerator, and it just keeps accelerating as you push down on the accelerator. So there's so much torque, and it's so constant. There's no gear shift.
Right.
And that's what makes it so, I don't know, fun to drive, because it feels like you're in a constant state of propel. What's the word I'm looking for?
Acceleration.
It just puts you in the back of your seat, continuously. It's anyways, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it makes the job so much more efficient and safer. And I mean, when I first saw the product, I was like, oh, that's cool. Very not niche, but it was very specific to the type of person, I thought. And then all of a sudden I started seeing them everywhere.
Everybody has it now.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, because like you can not use it. You can still push the cart.
Right. Yeah.
Full force if you want. Yeah.
No, so I'm happy for Jason and Jeremy for this little business they have. And they have a little storefront in Eagle Rock.
Yeah.
If you're in LA, Go to Eagle Rock, and you can. They have a. They took over the space of a dry cleaner,
Oh, okay.
so it still has the dry cleaner sign up at the top, and
Yeah, so maybe get your dry cleaning done. While,
it's very
while you're there.
discreet. It's
I know.
cool. I told them they need to throw a party in there because.
Oh yeah, that'd
a
be
lot
cool.
of fun.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's also really exciting for all of the people who are looking maybe from the outside in on a business that is about a lot of moving and kind of like heavy gear, right? It's
Yeah.
like, how do you manage all of this stuff? Expensive, heavy gear. You have to have a good system and you have to have the right tools. And this is a tool that expands who can use all of these things.
Yeah.
And make it easier to kind of make all the changes that we have to make all the time on set.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a big part of it is like we all get to a place we're trying to like hurry up to be ready so that you can kind of just chill and be ready to go.
Yeah.
And if you're constantly having to move or constantly adapting or changing, it's harder. So this is a good tool to solve that.
He actually, I saw him at NAB.
Yeah.
I was working the event just last week, and he was there. And the Band Pro booth had a wheel on a cart, and so people were able to see it there. But Make Your Cart Go. Oh, I don't want to mess this up, but I think it's in collaboration with Innovative Carts.
Oh, really?
Because I think I might get this wrong, but I think they have a deal together, or they
Yeah.
have some sort of agreement.
Cool.
But they won Product of the Year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
So congrats, Make Your Cart Go for Product of the Year.
Oh my
NAB.
gosh, they deserve it. It's totally the product
Isn't that
of the
cool?
year.
Isn't that
Yeah.
cool?
Dude, that
I-
makes me so happy for them.
And it's funny because I saw Jason. We chatted for a second, and then he never mentioned it. I just saw it like on a post somewhere, like an NAB post, and it wasn't even Jason's post. I was like,
So
hey,
humble.
dude,
Yeah.
let me know when you can tell me that.
He's such a nice guy too. Like
Yeah.
it was really, really cool just chatting with him and
Yeah.
getting to know his story and coming down from Seattle to LA. I mean, that alone to me is always a big thing. When somebody is like, I need to go here to do what I want to
Yeah.
do. And being able to take that initiative and say, I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
It's such a tricky. I mean, I feel like you could move from LA to another city. It would be a lot easier move because, or like New York to another city because it's such a expensive city.
Right, right. Yeah,
Such
the
a
cost
big
alone.
commitment, and so when you're not used to that,
Right.
when you go from anywhere else to LA or New York,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh boy, it's
It's a shell shock. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot. I mean, truly, because like you go from a more of like a suburban environment to LA where it's all sprawling, you know.
Yeah.
I think New York is similar, but it's sprawling up, right?
right. Yep.
So
I love New York.
I do too. I just haven't been in a while, so I don't know what
so
it's like
fun.
anymore.
So fun. Couldn't live there. There's no way.
A bunch of apples everywhere. Well, so the reinventing the cartwheel was a fun episode because we got to talk about the product and apparently product of the year, but also how it's changed and made the set a little bit safer, probably, right? Like hopefully fewer injuries. How it's trying to allow more access to, right?
Yeah.
More access to the work that we do.
Yeah.
So it's a cool product and a cool episode. Jason's a cool guy, and he has a partner too. I
His
feel like we
name's
should
Jeremy.
mention Jeremy. Yeah.
Should I figure out his last name?
Well, Jeremy, I just want to shout out to Jeremy as well because he's a big part of that team.
He's a
so.
DP.
Oh, really?
actually. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
They work together all the time, so it makes sense for them to partner up.
Yeah, definitely.
Excuse me, get some water.
Oh yeah, get some water, Danny. You look parched over there. So, well, we are talking about our last 3 episodes 4, 5, and 6, and we're recapping Reinventing the Cartwheel with Jason Knoll.
Oh, you know what?
What else does he talk about in that
Well, let's
episode?
talk about our carts. As
That's a good idea.
Like, what was your first cart? As
It was a
kid?
Rubbermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Rubbermaid, a Steadicam operator using a Rubbermaid cart that didn't break down.
Yeah.
Nowhere to attach the Steadicam,
Yep.
just for carrying cases, basically.
Rubbermaid, you can find them on like uline.com or
Yeah, they're pretty basic, but they're great.
they are pretty
I love
great.
Rubbermaids, dude. The
Way cheaper than the others.
the prop person I was working with had a really tiny Rubbermaid, like the smallest. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like it's miniature, and
Yeah.
it's such a good tool. Like, it's such a small footprint, and it's solid. It's not going to fall over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Rubbermaid personally, but
I you know,
there
I
is a limit. Like you reach
is a limit.
a point where you're like, I wish I had something else.
I
Like,
think Rubbermaids are fairly popular in New York because
Yeah.
they're much smaller,
yeah, a lot
lighter,
of tiny elevators. Oh my
right?
gosh.
Yeah.
Although the really small elevators where you're like, wait,
Yeah.
is this for humans or
Yeah.
is this for
Yeah.
children only?
I know. Yeah, mine was a.
Yeah,
I
what
don't-
was your cart?
I
Sorry,
don't know
just-
what it. I couldn't even tell you. It didn't have a name. I think
Was
it was
it a-
probably made by somebody, but it was like this blue,
Oh right.
and it was
yeah,
like what's the normal width of a cart? 24 inches probably.
probably.
This was like 36 inches wide. It didn't make any sense. It barely like
You had to take the door off to get
whatever
it
the door frame is. Like that's how wide this cart was. You're just-
Add an
'cause
inch.
every time. I was just had to perfectly line it up through the door,
Yeah, yeah.
and it had like square stock supports on the posts.
Yeah.
and you had to take them off with an Allen key and.
Made of the heaviest possible
It was
metal.
crazy heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Made of rock, solid stone.
Yeah. Marble. It was
I had a Rubbermaid. You had a stone
a
made,
marble cart.
right? Yeah, yeah. Marble made.
But yeah, then I upgraded finally to Jaeger and got another Jaeger, I think,
Yeah.
at some point.
Jaeger's one of the premier carts
Jaegers
available.
are nice.
Yeah.
Jaegers are nice.
Well, I like how Jason made a point of it being a product developed to be added to these various
Yeah.
carts, because there's like 10
Yeah.
big brands of carts that everybody likes for different reasons. I mean, Rubbermaid, like,
Yeah.
it's not even really necessarily making that list, but it does.
Yeah.
New York puts it on that list. I was using it for sure.
Yeah.
Rubbermaids are great. So,
And not
but
just-
there's a ton of other more like technical.
Yeah. Not just camera carts, muscle carts too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Anything
Oh, yeah.
backstage, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great product. Let's see. What else did we talk about in that episode? He's from Seattle. He made a thing.
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy. They're 20 seasons.
Really?
Yeah.
Impressive.
That's a
Wow.
lot.
It's incredible. Yeah.
That's like Simpsons
Yeah. Yeah.
level.
You have to have a really dedicated audience to be able to go that long, and I think that's what they have.
Yep, they have it for sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What else did we talk about? I think that was,
Well, mostly the wheel.
yeah.
We mostly talked about that wheel and how it goes effortlessly. So, but I mean, I think talking about our carts is actually really interesting, because I think it's a very important part of what we do. You know, like, you think of your cart on set as like a home base, right?
Yeah.
Like, you come back to it, you can leave stuff on it, you know that you can walk away from it.
Yeah.
So it matters.
Yeah.
It's a big part of how we show up to a random location, and,
Yeah.
and then make sure that it's going to work for our needs.
Yeah, there's
the
a lot
production.
there's a lot of pride in people in the cart too.
That's
I feel
true.
like people customize them, add their own little flair, change out the carpet to their color or whatever.
Yeah, put stickers all over them.
Stickers all over them. Speaking of, we got some stickers.
We got
You guys-
stickers. Yeah, plug the stickers. Come on.
No, but like even like the cleanliness of a cart.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you were ever seconding for a first AC, but like that was always an important thing that was drilled into me. Like, keep this thing clean. And it's true. Like, you know what? Crumbs and trash all over the thing. It looks tacky.
Yeah, somebody just mentioned
Why are you
somebody's
laughing?
really dirty cart. Because somebody the other day just mentioned to me how, like, oh yeah, this person, they don't keep their cart clean. I was like, oh, okay, well, We don't need to talk about that part. I was like, yeah, that's great. This guy's great. I love it. And then, oh yeah, but the cart situation. I'm like, what about the cart situation? I mean, I have my own cart and it's a mess, but I know where everything goes, and it's all, it's like everything has a spot on my cart. And then once that is done, it's a free for all. Sometimes I'm sleeping on the bottom of it. Who knows?
Man.
I don't know. So I got to take a nap.
You gotta up your cart cleanliness game, I think.
Well, it's just a tiny cart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be much cleaner than, all the cables that other people are putting on it all day long while I'm not there.
Just excuses, Aaron.
I can't be there. I got to be on set, The cart's somewhere else. Sometimes I don't even see my own cart for days.
Just
and
another
days.
excuse. Another excuse.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I shouldn't even leave set. I should just sleep on the cart.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Make sure that thing is clean. What kind of cart do you have now?
I have an Innovative.
Is it a Rubbermaid?
No. I got the Innovative Scout, the little one. Yeah. It's the same size as my Rubbermaid, though. That's why I got it. I was excited. I'm like, look, now I have a cart that is the same size as the Rubbermaid, can fit in elevators, no problem. And then I can break it all down and put it into, it's basically, a big suitcase.
Right.
But
Jaeger Pro has these little, they're called cubes. Jaeger Pro Cube.
Oh, cool.
Which is a Steadicam cart. It's 27 inches by 27 inches. We should be charging for these ads.
I know. These are basically ads you're giving away for free right now, Danny.
It's a cool cart. I want it.
So,
I don't have it,
Jaeger's got a nice little square cart now, is what you're telling me I should check out.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Yeah.
I'm Googling as we speak. Not really. So that's a cool episode. We talk about, I'm way out of the speech pattern here.
You're good.
It's something that we deal with all the time. We all have carts that we have to kind of put our gear to. So it's a good episode. I think I hate to say it, but it's a game changer.
Yeah.
That wheel.
Also, just like the entrepreneur, we've spoken to, I'm trying to think of other entrepreneurs that we've spoken to, but his is definitely like, I think, hitting the mainstream camera assisting and grips and electrics like world, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's a complicated thing to make and manufacture, and I mean, like, even packaging, like
Right.
I know that's such a silly thing to think about, but I was over at their shop the other day, and they have a wall of just cardboard boxes, and everything has a package. I'm just like, I'm looking at it going, oh man, that sounds like a nightmare to me. Like, you have to package the wheel and then the battery, and everything has its own place. I'm out.
It's a lot, yeah.
The packaging.
Yeah, because you kind of have to ship everything, be able to ship everything these days, right?
Yeah.
So
no, they do a good job too. It's not a hodgepodge operation. It's very, very much, legit.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Well, should we talk about our third episode in this recap? The third episode, it's actually episode 6, Directing Hope for the Hungry. Sam Liu and Hillary Cohen.
Yeah.
And that one was hard. We were both, I mean, you don't see it and you don't hear us that much, but we're basically on the edge of tears.
Yeah.
It's a really emotional episode, but it's also a really good episode because it's about, I think, something similar to the wheel, like finding a way to make a kind of an inefficiency on set, like a long-standing inefficiency.
Yeah.
Finding a way to turn that into something productive, and it's such a beautiful nonprofit they've started.
And I remember I've asked this question too. I've asked it to catering as you see them throwing food away. And sorry, that sounded horrible, but whatever, they have leftovers.
It's just part of it. Yeah, it's like what you do with it. Yeah.
And I've asked that question, like, can we not give this to the homeless? And he's like, no, it's illegal because if they get sick, they can sue us and all. And the fact that, I know that Sam and Hillary got that same response.
Right.
And they were just like, okay, how about no?
Well, I
They
think
just kept going with it to find a solution. And
but
they
the
found
thing
one.
is, like, the caterers are there to feed the crew,
Yeah.
and they're not there to do extra work after that. And
Right.
so it is something that needs to be what they've recognized with Everyday Action is, and everydayaction.com is a way to facilitate the logistics, right? Because I think that is actually a big part of it. Obviously, the liability is a common excuse because it's real, but it's a whole other job to be able to connect those resources, the additional food left over, to the people who need it and the people who are hungry right now.
Right.
And so to leave that to a caterer is absolutely unfair, obviously.
Yeah.
But to suggest that, we can just leave it out and some people will find it is also ridiculous and
Yeah.
dangerous. So you have to make sure that there's a process, and that's
Yeah.
what this company is doing.
But
which is
the
really
fact
exciting.
that a caterer, gives like when I heard that response, I was like, oh, that totally makes sense. And I
Yeah.
didn't even think about it any further. They didn't let that response stop them. And I think
True.
it's actually really hard, to be told one thing from the guy who does the catering,
Yeah.
the one who should know these answers. And they're like, well, let's see if there's another way around it. I don't know. I think it's pretty crazy. I got, you said I was on holding back tears, but I
Well,
definitely
I was.
broke.
I was holding back tears. I was speaking for myself.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you were doing over there. I was just kind of minding my business. But
I actually, I got choked up when Hillary was talking about, how when people individually come together
yeah.
and make a change,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but something about that just hit me really hard. And
Well, because your individual action does matter, even though it feels all the time like it doesn't. And we always second guess ourselves and undermine kind of our
yeah,
value as an individual. But, one individual, it can be seen by another and inspire them. And if you're doing something bad or you're doing something good, it can be inspiring that other person.
Yeah.
So, she talks about how we can rise up, I think, over the kind of feeling of inadequacy as an individual, and use that individual effort to benefit a collective.
Yeah.
Ultimately, and how that matters. It does matter. Like even
Totally.
if you do something that nobody else sees, but it's to help someone else, like that matters.
yeah. Oh man. And then Sam's story of the individual that she helped out. I don't want to
Yeah.
spoil it because it's much better told by her. So go back
Yeah.
and listen to that episode. It's oof.
It's heavy, but it's important, really important work that they're doing.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's not just about trying to solve the problem of hunger, but rather trying to solve the problem of waste on set, right?
Yeah, true.
Because I think, I can't remember if it was Hillary or Sam, but one of them mentions just how atrocious it is that people would go hungry in America. She talks about how it sounds like a joke. It's like, are you kidding? The wealthiest country in the world with all of the resources, possible,
Yeah.
can't connect those to the places that they should go.
Yeah.
So they took action.
Yeah. In the Glendale School District, their lunches are free.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's recent.
Nice.
Anyways,
They they say there's
a
no
little-
such thing as a free lunch, but turns out.
if you go to Glendale USD, it sure does. Square pizzas.
Square pizza, so much better. I don't know what it is about squares.
And tiny little pepperonis.
Maybe it's because it never was a true triangle. It's just got that curved side, It's like, what's going on with this triangle?
With pizza?
Yeah. If it was a true triangle, I think I'd trust it more.
I've never called it a triangle, to be honest.
Exactly, it's
a
not.
slice.
Yeah. It's more like a cone, right? On its side, a
Flat cone.
two-dimensional cone or yeah. Anyway.
Anyways.
Oh my gosh. We could talk about pizza for another hour, though. I think
We
that
should
might
do
be
an
interesting.
episode about pizza.
Pizza episode.
Oh, second meal.
Oh, we totally could talk about second meal.
Dude.
Do you want to explain what second meal is?
Yeah, second meal is well, so you're required. Any job is required to have a lunch break after 6 hours. So same goes for the crews. But crew is on location or doesn't have as much access. So there's always catering.
Right.
So a caterer feeds the crew after 6 hours, and then if you work another 6 hours, you are legally required to break for a meal. And so
Again.
second meal, there's just two ways, two sides to second meal. You can break for another 30 minutes, but 98% of the time that doesn't actually happen. So
Yeah, a lot of people are almost ready to go home at the end of
Yeah.
12 hours.
and you're hopefully close. You're hopefully close to the end. So they don't break for lunch. So you get some meal penalties at the end, but they still provide you with the food of some sort, and it's usually pizza.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have a nice catered meal, and then they feed the crew, and they're there they put in a full
Yeah.
12 hours as well. They're up there at like 3 o'clock in the morning because they serve breakfast too.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yep.
So they're packed up by second meal, and they're gone. So then the pizzas come.
Yeah. The wheels of death.
And then you scarf it down over a trash can and get back to work as fast as you can.
The safest place to eat on set, over a trash can.
I don't mind second meal over a trash can.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
That's where it's supposed to be eaten.
Yeah. I mean, get me home. Pizza? Gosh. I'm not complaining about pizza.
Oh, no. No, me neither. Especially if it's meat lovers.
Some people complain about the pizza being a second meal, but what are you going to do?
Yeah. Are you going to eat fruit? Oh, man. Coffee and fruit.
There's a there's a gala. Did that
Yes.
happen?
Oh, my
Did that
gosh. We
happen
almost
already?
forgot. Did it? No.
Look it up real quick.
Yeah. Golly.
So Everyday Action does a fundraising gala, and they have a silent auction. So if you can't participate in the gala in person, you can
Here we
you
go.
can check out their website and bid on some things.
I'm on their website
got it?
right now. And
Let's look at their
it
list
says
of what they've got.
support us, as you should, because they are great. So it's called the Recycle Ball, which is hilarious.
Oh, that's good.
The second annual Everyday Action Celebrity Gala and fundraiser Recycle Ball, Saturday, April 27th, which is in 2 days, at 6 p.m. at Intercrew LA, 3330 Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90010. Go listen to this episode, Directing Hope for the Hungry, because it's pretty special. And I think listening to that episode and then checking out this gala, if you can help, I think this is a great way to do it.
Yeah.
And this company that they've started is such a great way to help people in need.
But if you can't make it in person,
I think there's other ways to give to online.
You
so.
can give online. You can also participate in their silent auction.
Ooh, a silent
see that on there?
Oh, hold on. Let me. Yes, 5-course dining, open bar, live auction, and a silent auction. So you can do a live auction. Maybe they have an auctioneer. I don't know. Could be exciting. Or you could do a silent auction, which is also nice.
It's
for the
silent.
introverts. I'm really excited about this. I feel like it'll be a lot of fun.
I am too. Diego from Crew Stories reached out to me and listened to their episode, and he asked for their information. So I don't know what he's going to do with it, but
Awesome. So even our guests are connecting, which is great.
It's very cool.
It's kind of like what they talk about in Everyday Action. I mean, your individual actions do add up. They start to grow and become something bigger than they could have been on your own.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everydayaction.com, or sorry, youreverydayaction.org, rather. Youreverydayaction.org has more information about the gala coming up in 2 days on the 27th and how you can be involved. So,
Love it.
yeah, it's cool. Hosted by Cassandra Freeman.
Look at that.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Is it gala or gala?
I think it's, ooh, You're talking about the apple, right?
We're saying it differently.
Gala apple. For sure. Yeah.
Honeycrisp or
Did he have the
Fuji?
gala to say gala? I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's bad. Bad jokes. That's all I got. I don't have any good ones. Sorry.
You're gonna be a great dad.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Good. Speaking of being a dad, we have stickers.
We got stickers. Show the camera the stickers. We got a camera now, so we should show the camera the sticker.
Make sure you go to
Here,
YouTube.
Give me another one for the.
Yeah. And also, if you want to join us at the yard sale, we'll have these stickers while we're giving them away during our hopefully live episode.
Yeah, live episode coming up. Should be a mess like that where I'm not even talking into the microphone. I'm just being dumb with a sticker.
Seth Craven is the guy who runs the LA Young Workers and the yard sale.
Cool.
So I'm hoping that we get to talk to him for 10 minutes. What
that'd
do
be
you
cool.
want? How do you want this yard sale live episode to go down? I have some ideas. We might as well take this time to prep our other episodes.
Yeah, well, I do hope that we can talk to some of the people there about their products and about their the way that they've developed solutions to, some kind of a problem that they had and turned it into a product so that other people could benefit from that solve.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what's so cool about this industry is how many people are attracted to one aspect of filmmaking, but they just have so many things going on, so many different projects and hobbies and exciting creative solutions that are different out of the box. You know, like it's a business that attracts entrepreneurs. It attracts people who have kind of a passion to solve problems and a passion to make something, create something, So it's just really exciting. I'm excited to see, who's there, what's going on. The last one we saw Kelly from My Go Gear. And it was cool because I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you had all these products. And I'm just looking at like an incredible amount of tools and options that I didn't know were available.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great way to meet people that have been busy working on things that you may have missed and start to see what's kind of happening.
Yeah.
So
And it's
like a mini NAB.
That's true. That's true. With people know. Oh man.
You're right.
Have you been to NAB?
I did. Yeah, I went
you
a
did?
couple years ago. I went
Wow.
like in 2014
Did you enjoy it?
or something. I don't know.
Did you enjoy it?
Vegas is a little bit chaotic
Yeah.
for me. I think that the trade show of it all is a little bit more. It's bigger than I prefer. I'd rather
Yeah.
go to something smaller like this. So technically, this is kind of my.
Yeah. This
My
is my
vibe.
jam for sure.
Yeah.
NAB is gigantic.
It's overwhelming.
It's very overwhelming. I only stayed on one floor because I was working it, but there was like 5 or 6 different floors and they're all the same
Wow.
size.
Wow.
It was huge. And then yes, the Vegas element of it all, I'm good. I can pass on that next time.
Yeah.
Vegas is hard. I mean, Vegas is fun for a couple days. If you like to gamble, cool. They've got good food.
That's true.
But after a while, you're just like, get me out of this adult Chuck E. Cheese.
Right.
I'm done. Sorry for anyone who lives in Las Vegas. I have nothing against Vegas as a city. I just don't like the Strip. And
Well,
the
actually, I
casinos.
think Vegas has gotten better as a city because I think there are different
Yeah.
pockets that are a little
Yeah.
bit more,
Yeah,
a little easier to kind of relax in. But
that's true. That's true. They have a little arts district that's
Yeah,
fun.
exactly.
Near Fremont Street. And
Yeah.
they got a great hockey team, man.
I know, what the heck? It's not fair, is it?
Are you watching the playoffs?
Yeah, a little bit, but
Did you watch the Kings game last night?
Yeah, it's good. But it's also, I just have all these flashbacks
Of
losing to the
losing.
Oilers.
Yeah. No.
But hey,
Not this year, dude.
not this year,
Not this
year. Here we are talking about hockey again.
That's okay.
No,
That's
it's fine. But no, these 3 episodes are really cool. I think they're definitely worth going back to and listening to if you haven't heard them yet. And I think they're highlighting some really cool people, but also really cool individual actions that are taken to kind of like solve problems.
Yeah.
And come up with solutions to long-standing
Yeah.
issues. So yeah, it's a good block. It's a good couple episodes to go back and check out. And this last one we've been talking about is Directing Hope for the Hungry. To me, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, I never saw what we're doing here, being able to access that kind of change and that kind of like effort.
Yeah.
So it was really special to meet Hillary and Sam, and just to be able to support their gala, just to be able to, somewhat partner with them a little bit
Yeah.
to support what they're doing, because it's so darn important.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to just not look, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a big part of what's happening in our culture and society, is just it's getting easier to only look at the things you want to look at,
Yeah.
and only curate your experience as an individual, as a family, as a community. But there's so much hurt and there's so much pain outside, and trying to find ways to connect and expand the communities to include everyone is really important. I think they're doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy that we got to be able to feature what they're doing.
Yeah. And we're the lucky ones.
Exactly.
I feel like we have a small part in what they're doing, only because we have them on as a guest, but they're doing all the work.
They're doing
Like,
so much hard work.
We're the ones benefiting from them, if anything.
Yeah.
No, but it does feel good to, like, I don't know, talk to somebody on a podcast and be like, I think as we were recording it, I was like, whoa, this is such like you said, an important episode, just an important discussion. I'm like, here we are doing it in the garage.
I know.
And
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I was kind of proud of ourselves for having them on, but
I'm just
but we're not
happy that
doing
we were able
anything.
to attract a good guest like that
Yeah.
too, because I feel like it does take. I mean, they were on a big show. What was the show that they
Was
were
it the
talking about?
Kelly Clarkson's?
Yeah, something like
talk
that.
show?
And so they're definitely getting attention from people who are able to promote their company.
Yeah.
And to come on our podcast was actually really, really special. So
Yeah.
we're really thankful that they did that.
Yeah.
And we're thankful to all our guests. Our guests have been amazing. So
Yeah, keep listening.
keep listening. Check out, after you listen to this recap, check out Handcrafted Lensing and Leather, Reinventing the Cartwheel, and Directing Hope for the Hungry. 3 really cool episodes with great people.
Yep. And make sure you follow us on Instagram
Yep.
at Scene Change Pod, and follow, like, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah.
And on that note, what do you think?
I think that's another good recap.
Should we put a cap on the recap?
Yeah, nice. I like
Nice,
that.
dude.
Oh, yeah. We can put a cap right on this lens right here.
Speaking of caps, we have stickers.
Stickers.
If you see us in person, come say hi and say, do you have a sticker? And Aaron will tell you no, because he used them all.
No, I got them in my wallet.
You
Yeah.
said earlier you used them all.
I know, but I keep reloading, so don't worry.
The shipment just came in. All right.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. We will talk to you guys next week.
Bye.